for new order flow traders, right? So I use the ATAS platform to trade on, right? So the basics of order flow, let's quickly go over the basics of order flow and why this is an incredibly powerful strategy, right? So if we just look over here, this trade over here, this was around 1 to 3, I believe, where I took profits anyway. So we're in a zone. This is a 15-minute demand area. Again, we'll be going over demand areas later on in the course. We have a demand area. Now, when price comes into a demand, we want to be seeing buyers in control because we only want to be buying when there's bigger players, right? We want to be buying when there's bigger players in line with buying. So the way we do that is by understanding lower time frames. So this is a 15-minute entry. Now on the right, you will see a footprint chart of the exact same price action, but it's illustrated through footprint charts. And you can already see the contrasting differences between candlesticks and footprint charts. Footprint charts allow you to read who is passive and who is aggressive. Now, passive participants, I will briefly explain now. So for example, if we see over here, we have a lot of red delta inside of this demand zone, right? We have a lot of red delta over here and red delta over here, right? You can even read the actual order flow. 40 for 18. So that's almost that's just over a 2-to-1 ratio. There's twice as many aggressive sellers as there are aggressive buyers. Despite that, the market moves up. So what does that tell you about the zone? What does that tell you about this zone? So we have a lot of aggressive sellers coming into this zone. Despite that, the market moves up. So this tells us that buyers are in control. So there's more aggressive sellers than there are aggressive buyers. Despite that, the market moves up. So what this shows us is that there's passive buyers sitting at that level. I'll go through that one more time. We have a lot of aggressive sellers over here. When there's a lot of aggressive sellers trying to move the markets down and price fails to move down, this shows us that there's passive buyers sitting there. So there's more passive buyers than there are aggressive sellers. And this is the true information that gives you the true logic and narrative behind the fair value gap, if it's going to hold or if it's going to break. And this is the true nature of order flow. And this is how powerful it can be. Another example would be this kind of trade over here. This was really interesting, where notice how the volume was very low down